Computer science education is more important than ever, but in the field of STEM, you won't find very many women or students of color. New research, however, says that could be changing, and we're speaking with Maureen Reyes to learn a little bit more. Maureen, thank you so much for joining us today. So can you tell us a little bit about why the College Board has launched the Computer Science Principles Program?
Yes, good morning. So the National Science Foundation actually approached the College Board about the shortage of women and students of color studying computer science. And so the College Board launched AP Computer Science Principles in 2016 to answer this call with the hope of broadening participation in STEM coursework, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. And APCSP was the largest course debut in AP history with 116,000 students taking the course this past May, which is more than double the number of students who took it just a few years ago.
Maureen, can you tell us why and how has the Computer Science Principle Program really attracted women and students of color?
Yeah, APCSP was actually designed to attract a more diverse set of students into computer science. It's a foundational course with a broad introduction to computer science. So students are learning the skills needed to collaborate with their peers on real world problems that interest them. And this is key. So students are building games, they're building apps that help their community, they're analyzing large data sets that interest them. They're even using it to express their creativity. We had one student build an LED light show as part of their programming project. So students are using creative development skills to build hands-on projects throughout the year. And that really sets this course apart from your more traditional courses.
Absolutely. I think hands-on learning has really set the tone in education in general. A lot of students are gravitating more so towards that. Can you tell us how this program is influencing women and students of color?
Yes, we have exciting new research that's hot off the presses, and I'll highlight just a few of the findings that show how APCSP has influenced female students and students of color. So the most significant finding is that APCSP students are more than 3 times as likely to major in computer science compared to their matched peers who did not take APCSP. And these findings are similarly large for females, Black and Hispanic students, and first generation students. And we know this is important because students who major in computer science in college are just one step closer to earning the second highest paid degree in the nation. And finally, the research suggests that APCSP students, or that APCSP is rarely serving as that stepping stone into more advanced AP STEM coursework. So for the class of 2019, APCSP was the first AP STEM coursework for more than half of the students who took APCSP. And the findings are even larger for Black students at 68%, Hispanic students at 59%, and first generation students at 60%.
Those are great numbers and statistics to hear. Can you tell us how can students sign up and learn more about this program?
Yes, students and parents should go to our website, collegeboard.org/CSP, to learn more about the course, how to prepare for the exam, and free resources we have available for them.
Well, thank you so much, Maureen, for your time. We do appreciate it. And of course, you can always find all of this information and more on our website at firstcoastliving.net.